Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome to my channel, Simply Michelle, with yours truly, Michelle. I hope you all are doing well today. If you are new and stopping by for the first time, I do hope that you will decide to subscribe and become a part of the tribe. And if you are returning, thank you so much for the love and support. It is greatly appreciated. And for those of you who keep returning and do not subscribe, go ahead and do yourself a favor and subscribe to the channel and make sure you also hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload new content to this channel because like you don't want to miss it, okay? All right, y'all. So let's get into it. So I stumbled upon this while I was researching um, another topic to discuss on my channel. And so I stumbled across the 333 dating rule. Who has ever heard of that? The 333 dating rule. If you have heard of that before and you know what it is, drop down in the comments and let me know, okay? And if you have applied the 333 dating rule to your dating experience, drop down in the comments and let me know if that worked out for you. All right. So, the 333 dating rule goes like this. So you get 3 dates, 3 weeks and 3 months to, kind of like gauge and figure out, okay, am I going to be moving forward with this person or am I going to stop, you know, things right here where we're at? I think we are living in a society now where people are starting to really stand on their values, morals, intentions. I think nowadays we do have more people that are dating with purpose, dating with intentions. And, there are people out there who they just don't want to waste their time with dating. I really think a lot of people are just exhausted with dating, honestly. A lot of people are drained, a lot of people are exhausted. They are they're tired. And especially because we have so many people, just as many people as we have who are dating for purpose, dating with intentions, dating to find, their soulmate, their forever partner. There's still a lot of players out there. There's still a lot of people walking around wearing masks, pretending, to be something that they are not. And what's happening is that people are getting into situationships. People are settling for less than they deserve. People are getting into relationships and they're catching feelings too fast and they're moving things too fast. And they're not really taking the time getting to know um, the person for who they really are. They're not catching on to the red flags. It's like they're ignoring the signs, because you're probably, you're ready to be in a relationship already. You're ready to find your forever person already. And you have so many people nowadays that are just like wearing masks. I'm not gonna lie, dating is kind of scary. I'm single. I'm currently not dating anyone. But I did play around with it for a little bit. I was on, some dating sites and things like that. And it's very daunting. It's very daunting. It is very disappointing. Not only that, I have friends who have gone out on multiple dates and them telling me their dating experience, and just from them telling me their dating experiences alone, it sounds super exhausting. It just sounds really draining. It's really hard to find someone with pure intention, someone operating from, a pure heart space with true intentions, who doesn't want you just for sex and doesn't want to, play games with you and love bomb you and string you along and wear a mask and all of this foolishness that, is going on. It's just really disappointing when you think you found someone who you could possibly invest in, only to find out that they may be married, they may have a whole family, they have they're living a double life, and it's like, I mean, it's a bummer. Not only is it a bummer, but I mean, it's heartbreaking and it's disappointing and all of that. So, yes, the 333 dating rule is supposed to help you basically figure out, if the person you're dating, in a shorter span of time, to keep you from wasting any more time than what you need to be, to help you figure out, is this person the one, or, are we going to pass on this person? So, like I said, I was researching on another topic for my channel when the 333 rule just it popped up. So I'm like, the 333 rule. Okay, what is this about? And I click on it, and here we go. So it says the 333 rule in a relationship is a modern dating guideline that suggests checking in with yourself and the potential partner at three distinct points: 3 dates, 3 weeks, and 3 months. The purpose is to gauge mutual attraction, effort, and long term potential before getting overly invested. After 3 dates, this is the initial phase to determine if there is mutual attraction and basic chemistry. It's a time for low pressure exploration to see if you want to spend more time together. After 3 weeks, by this point, you've likely had several dates and should have a better sense of whether the connection is sustainable. It's a time to evaluate if the other person is making a consistent effort and if you can envision a future. After 3 months, this is when you should be able to decide if the relationship is progressing towards something serious. If things are positive, you might consider making it official. If not, it may be time to part ways. When I first read up on this, the 333 um rule, it almost made me think about the Steve Harvey. If y'all remember Steve Harvey, when he was giving out relationship advice, which I think he still does, but y'all remember his book Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, and in one of the chapters he was talking about the 90-day rule. Now, of course, the 90-day rule was to the 90-day rule was sex based. um you know don't give it up, after 90 days. How long can you, not how long can you wait, but just preserving yourself, trying to see if that person is serious enough about you and it's not just sex based. It kind of makes me think about that just a little bit, even though the 333 rule doesn't put emphasis on, sex. It's just a matter of figuring out if you're going to move forward with the person or not. But it kind of gave me, it put the idea of the 90-day rule from, the Steve Harvey book in my head. That's just me. But it says important considerations. So important things to consider with the 333 dating rule is flexibility. It says this rule is a guideline, not a rigid set of rules. Experiences and individual growth don't always fit neatly into a calendar. Communication also should be taken into consideration as well. It says it's crucial to have open communication with your partner about your expectations and feelings rather than strictly following the timeline. Okay, so you still need to be opened up. Don't focus so much on the fact that you're doing the 333 rule that you're like, it has to be, this needs to be accomplished by this date. This has to be accomplished by that date. I need to see these results by this date, that date. You know, you still want to step out of your comfort zone. You still want to make yourself comfortable enough to get to know the person, have fun with the person. You know, talk about different things, open up, things like that. So you still want to just kind of like go with the flow. Don't, you know, do things based upon, you know, completing something at a certain time frame just because you know it's the 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. And then another thing to consider is some alternatives. So it says some variations of the 333 rule exist for established relationships, focusing on 3 hours of alone time for each person per week and 3 hours of couple time per week to strengthen the connection, as described on HackDex and Marriage.com. So this little tidbit was brought to you today by Google. So yeah, when I was doing my research on another topic that I will be discussing on this channel as well, Google, this was on Google, and so I clicked on it, and yeah, thanks Google. But so what do y'all think about this 333 rule? This 333 dating rule guideline. What do y'all like? How do y'all feel about this? What are your thoughts on this? Please drop down in the comments and let me know. And I have a few videos that I have found on TikTok that I want you to take a look at, where people have their different perspectives on the 333 dating rule and how it's most effective when it's applied with you know, having pure intentions and using it as a checkpoint system instead of a deadline. And if you want to figure out if someone is worth investing your time and your energy into them, so you're not, you know, wasting your time. And if that person is not the one for you, then you can keep it moving to another potential partner.
This rule so you're not wasting time with someone who's not worth your time. Because let's be honest, no one likes wasting time. And I call this the 333 rule. I'm going to make so much sense that it's going to be nearly impossible to disagree with me. So the 333 rule basically goes like this. All you need is 3 dates to see whether or not you have a vibe or chemistry with someone. It could be less than 3 dates, depending on the frequency of communication and how often you guys see each other. But it shouldn't be more than 3 dates. If after date number 3, there's no vibe, there's no chemistry, get out of there. You're wasting your time. All it takes is 3 weeks to see whether or not there's potential with this person. It could be less, once again, depending on the frequency of communication and the interactions and how often you see each other. But it shouldn't be more than 3 weeks. And all you need is 3 months to see whether or not you want to keep it casual, keep it friendly, or take it to the next step and actually commit to this person. It could be less than 3 months, but it should not be more than 3 months. If you find yourself in a situation to where you've been talking to somebody for more than 3 months and you don't know where it's going, that's because you're wasting your time or you're getting played. I've had people literally tell me before that they've been talking to somebody for 8, 9, 10 months and they don't know where they stand. They don't know where it's going. Don't waste your time, guys. No one is unsure of you by month 9. They're just using you or they're playing you, one or the other. Don't forget it. 3 dates to see if there's a vibe or not. It could be less, but it shouldn't be more than 3 dates. 3 weeks to see whether or not there's potential. Could be less, shouldn't be more. And 3 months to see whether or not you want to keep it casual, friendly, or take it to the next step and start to get to know them on a serious level. It shouldn't be more than 3 months. Don't waste your time. Time is precious and it's valuable. Apply this rule and trust me, you will get rid of so many time wasters. Guaranteed. And one last thing, do not be afraid or doubtful of cutting someone off and kicking them to the curb if they're not there for what you're there for. If you want commitment and they don't want commitment and they're telling you that maybe they'll think about it in the future, fuck them. Cut them off. Don't waste your time. You're wasting your time on somebody who's not giving you clarity when you could be talking to somebody who's going to provide clarity to you. Don't feel bad for cutting a motherfucker off if they're not on the same page that you are. You're not compatible. Move on. Cut them off. Apply this rule so you're not.
And you are currently dating with intention, obviously intentions to be in a relationship with somebody, and you are just tired of wasting your time. I got you. I want you to listen to my 333 rule. Now, what exactly is my 333 rule? 3 dates, 3 weeks, and 3 months. It shouldn't take you guys more than 3 days to figure out whether you guys are actually attracted to one another. After 3 weeks of constantly dating, talking to one another, it shouldn't take you guys no longer than 3 weeks to figure out where there's actual potential and there's actual chemistry and there's actual future between the both of you. Lastly, 3 months. It should not take more than 3 months to figure out whether you guys are going to get into an actual relationship or not. Give or take, some people may move faster, some people may move slower than that. But at the end of the day, what matters the most is that you guys can communicate that to each other. Whatever your needs are, whatever your timing may be. Get out of your comfort zone and learn to have those tough conversations. And I hope this helps you out.
333 dating rule about deadlines and start making it about checkpoints. 3 dates, attraction. Is there curiosity, chemistry? 3 weeks? Is there alignment in values, alignment in behavior? Is communication consistent? And 3 months, that's the time for intentional release or intentional advance. You've collected enough data. You should see if this is something you wanted to move forward to with or not. For me, I got exclusive after 3 dates. I got engaged after 3 months. The 333 dating rule is about checkpoints, not about deadlines.
All right, y'all. So that is it for today. Make sure you drop down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And like I said earlier on in the video, if you have heard of the 333 rule and you have applied that rule, let me know how that worked out for you. If you haven't applied the 333 rule, but you have friends or family members or, siblings who have applied the 333 rule to their dating or to their relationships, drop down in the comments and, let me know if they've shared their experience with you. How has it worked out for you? Like, is it really effective? Can it really work? All right. So thank you so much for sticking it out with me. It was greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And I do want you all to enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And until next time, everyone, this is Michelle signing out. Take care, be blessed, stay safe,